Well, we don't often receive visitors. I am Ymir. Welcome to Manus Metyr. It is a pleasure to have you.
Welcome to the Mana Plus Gaming channel. I am very pleased to get to know all of you. Today, I will guide you through the Ymir quest. He is a count and a high priest, as well as an NPC with the typical traits of a conniving character, polite words hiding a dangerous intent. Completing his questline will provide you with more information about the Greater Will and allow you to collect many interesting items, and it's not difficult at all. Let's get started right away. Step 1. The best time to start Ymir's questline is after you've explored Bellurat, Castle Ensis, and successively defeated the area bosses, Divine Beast Dancing Lion and Relana, Twin Moon Knight, and reached Scaduview. From here, head to Morth Ruins, an ancient ruin located in the center of Scaduview. Inside, you'll find a small crack leading underground. Enter the caves, and you'll come across a small wooden ladder. Climb up, and you'll reach Bonnie Village. Now, go to this location and obtain the Oh Mother gesture, an extremely important item for this questline. Step 2. Now, you need to head north to reach the Cathedral of Metyr, which is the ruin of an old church that looks very much like a setting from a horror movie. However, I must warn you that starting Ymir's quest, specifically after you leave Bonnie Village, will cause Miquella's great rune to shatter without having to reach the Gate of Shadow Keep. Therefore, make sure you meet any other NPCs you want to interact with before starting Ymir's questline, as when Miquella's great rune shatters, some NPCs will disappear from their original locations, or their dialogues will change. Now, go inside and talk to Ymir. Your initial impression of him might be the same as mine. He seems polite and kind, but you just haven't seen his true face yet. When he meets you, he appears surprised and delighted and immediately gives you the whole laden necklace and the ruins map. The reason is simple: he has recognized you as a warrior and wants you to go to the location marked on the ruins map and use the whole laden necklace to blow the horn. Indeed, when others give us gifts, it may not always be a sign of sincerity, as such actions can hide potential dangers. Step 3. The ruins map can indeed be challenging for new players, but if you've already explored the map, you'll quickly realize that this is the ruin of the giant fingers located in the south of Scaduview, known as the Finger Ruins of Rhia. The journey is relatively long. First, you need to cross Dragon's Pit. Follow me now, and I'll guide you through that dungeon. First, head south of Scaduview. Dragon's Pit is located on a small hill. Once you reach it, delve deep inside and find your way further down. When you see a gigantic stone bowl and a chasm ahead, don't hesitate, jump down, and you'll encounter the boss, Ancient Dragon Man. I believe this boss won't be too challenging for you. Defeat him and you'll be rewarded with a very powerful and useful weapon. Now, open the door and proceed deeper inside, then exit the dungeon, where you'll reach the starting point of Jagger Peak. Here, you'll see a dragon sleeping among the crossroads. You can either ignore it or defeat it if you wish, but turn right to reach the Grand Altar of Dragon Communion. From the Grand Altar of Dragon Communion, you'll need to go to Cerulean Coast to get the map of this southern harbor area. But if you already have it, there's no need to do that. Instead, head straight to the Finger Ruins of Rhia. Follow me now, as I know a shortcut to get there. Once you've reached the Finger Ruins of Rhia, I need to inform you that there is a site of grace on the map at this location. Go there to set a resting point because Finger Ruins of Rhia is quite a dangerous place with leeches that can immobilize you and bite your head like lampreys. After getting past those hungry leeches, you'll see something gigantic that closely resembles the hull-laden necklace Ymir gave you earlier. Interact with it to receive your reward. Step 4. Now, return to the Cathedral of Metyr to meet Ymir. He will tell you that the sound of the horn you blew has reached his ears. At this point, he will give you the second ruins map and the beloved Stardust talisman as a reward. Continue talking to him, and he will share some rather cryptic philosophies about the decay of the world created by the Erdtree, the suffering and madness of humanity, and he will also mention the story of Marika and the fingers that guided her. At this point, if you return to the Cathedral of Metyr at night, you will find that Ymir has left his seat and you might encounter him at the cemetery beside the church. He is there, in front of a tombstone, grieving over the death of Yuri, a little boy he mentioned when you first met him, and try to engage in conversation until he has no more dialogue left. Now, I will guide you to Scaduview. The journey is quite long, but there aren't many obstacles. First, you need to go to Shadow Keep, with the church district located to the north of this church. From here, follow me, and I'll take you to Scaduview. Here, use the "Oh Mother" gesture that you obtained at Bonnie Village earlier, in front of the Marika statue. At this moment, a secret door will appear. Just step through it, and you'll reach Scaduview. Step 5. Now you can ride your horse straight to your next destination, which is the Finger Ruins of Dheo. You will encounter 2 tree sentinels guarding a small bridge along the way, but you can completely ignore them if you wish. The Finger Ruins of Dheo are similar to the Finger Ruins of Rhia, so I believe the leeches here won't pose much of a challenge for you either. Once you arrive, find a way to reach the gigantic horn and interact with it to claim your reward. Step 6. After completing the task at the Finger Ruins of Dheo, it's time to return to the Cathedral of Metyr to speak with Ymir, and he will give you the third ruins map. If you look at it, you'll notice that the location of the third ruin is right at Ymir's cathedral, but let's not discuss it just yet. Continue the conversation, and he will praise your efforts and tell you about Miquella, mentioning that Miquella had to give up everything due to the fault of his mother. I think he might be referring to Marika, Miquella's mother, but it doesn't stop there. He continues blaming some mother and suggests that it's time for us to have a new mother. Yes, end the conversation with him, then go to the site of grace and fast forward the time to midnight. At this point, Ymir will leave his seat and go to the cemetery. This is when you can interact with his chair to open a secret passage leading to the Finger Ruins of Mir. Now, go deeper inside, and you will encounter Swordhand for Knight Anna invading you. Anna is the sister of Jolan, the girl in black armor you met earlier in Ymir's cathedral. Jolan doesn't have many interesting or valuable dialogues, so I haven't mentioned her. You can talk to her yourself. Now, defeat Anna and then go to the gigantic horn at the end of this tunnel and interact with it. After that, you will be teleported to a boss room where you will meet the boss, Metyr, Mother of Fingers. She is the daughter of the Greater Will, the mother of the Two Fingers and the finger creepers you've encountered before. Defeat her. Step 7. By now, I believe you've realized that Ymir has used us to awaken Metyr and used us to defeat her. Right after defeating Metyr, return to the cathedral at night and interact with Ymir's chair. At this point, Jolan will invade your world and attack you. This is a relatively simple fight. Defeat her. Then Ymir will appear and declare that he is the only true mother. Defeat him and claim your reward, which includes his outfit and weapon. At this point, Ymir's questline is complete. After Ymir's death, go to the cemetery beside the cathedral, approach Yuri's grave, and pick up the Cherishing Finger skill. Bonus: Ymir's questline ended at step 7, but before you leave, let me guide you on how to obtain the Jolan and Anna Ashes, a rather intriguing summon spirit. At this point, return to Jolan's location, and you will find her dying. Interact with her, and your reward will depend on your choice. If you give her the Iris of Grace, you will receive the Sword Hand of Night Jolan Ashes. If you give her the Iris of Occultation, you will get the Sword of Night. Now, I will give her the Iris of Grace and receive the Sword Hand of Night Jolan Ashes. Once you have it, go to the southeast of Shaman Village in Scaduview, where you will see a cliff. Carefully jump down to reach the balcony of Rabith's Rise. Inside, you will find Anna's body. Interact with the doll to receive the Jolan and Anna Ashes. You can also separate them by interacting with Anna's doll anytime you wish. So I have guided you through Ymir's questline. If you want to know where to find the Iris of Grace and Iris of Occultation, please watch the Questline questline guide video, which I will link in the description below this video. If you find this video helpful and it helps you in any way, please give me a like, share it with your friends, or subscribe to my channel. If there are any mistakes or other opinions, please leave a message in the comments section to let me know, and we can discuss it further. Thank you very much for watching the video, and I wish you fun and good luck playing the game.